Washington, D.C. later tonight. Good evening, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. We welcome you here. Miami in the Sweet 16 for only the second time ever. Marquetteville in the Sweet 16 for the third straight year.
It's unbelievable, the effort they put out. 50-50 ball. Anything free is for me. It's a little bit like our attitude. You've got to be involved, particularly on the glass with this team.
Marquette started the season 7-3, losses to Butler, Florida, and Green Bay. They rebounded to share the Big East title, first ever time they have done that. And in the tournament, they have gotten by Davidson and Butler by the hair of their chinny chin. How about players to watch?
Well, this young man has developed into a terrific college basketball player. He will make you blue at the end of the evening. The ability of Vander to put it on the deck and get to the rim, but he's expanded his game as well. Can step out, make it three, and a middle game in. This tough performer. Jimmy Wilson, he can manufacture post-ups. He can step out. He's made some big threes during this tournament. Solid play.
Miami Hurricanes are enjoying, quite simply, the best basketball season in the history of the school. They reached number 2 in mid-February. They won both the ACC regular season and tournament titles. They got by Pacific in their second-round game with ease. Had a bit of a struggle with Illinois, but they did prevail, and they've got a pretty good point guard.
The guys in the studio were kicking around. How do you stop this guy? A little kiss at the rim. He turns the corner, makes great decisions, finds people there or for the three, and then the backcourt made a Grizzly veteran who can knock down big shots, can play the point as well, spread and deliver the knockdown.
They will be without one of their key players. Reggie Johnson, knee injury, is still in Miami. If they do get to the Final Four, they might get him back. Now let's go to our third member of the crew. Here's Rachel Nichols.
Hey, guys. Well, just because Marquette's Vander Blue may be the team's leading scorer, he's not going to be afraid to mix it up and get dirty tonight. In fact, he is going to be wearing one of these vests under his uniform. Take a look at all the padding on this. This is around his ribs, his back. He told me he plans to be extra physical tonight, and the Hurricanes say that they are ready. In fact, Coach Jim Larrañaga has told his players to expect, quote, a street fight, particularly on the boards, where he's warned everyone that is where you will miss Reggie Johnson the most. Vern?
All right, Rachel, thank you. We eagerly await the tip, and we'll have it right after this. In his 5th season as the head coach of the Marquette Golden Eagles, Buzz Williams. And his starting lineups: Trent Lockett, Vander Blue, Junior Cadogan, Juan Anderson, and Chris Otule. For the Miami Hurricanes, Trey McKinney-Jones, Durand Scott, Shane Larkin, Kenny Kaji, Julian Gamble, and the head coach in his 2nd season at Miami, Jim Larrañaga. The officiating crew: Mark Whitehead, Gregory Nixon, and Dwayne Gladden. And we are underway, 5th meeting ever between these two. They had home-and-home series for 4 years back in the 80s, and they split those games 2-2. Kaji and Otule will toss it up. Vander Blue later on being on the court.
Well, he had to get that vest straightened out.
Yes, he did. Taken by Marquette, Juan Anderson. He gives it off to Junior Cadogan, the point guard. Number 5, picked up by Larkin.
And Vern Lundquist. Miami go. There'll be a lot of motion at the end. They'll run out ball screen. Otule and later Gardner. Look
Back
at
to the top of the key. Entry pass, a good one.
He is tough in there. The kid has great shape-up ability. Otule.
Back outside, Marquette still controls. Cadogan has it.
They're pretty good on the offensive glass, as you will see.
Larkin guarding Cadogan, and the ball comes down in the hands of Julian Gamble.
And right now, this is the whole game, how they handle the ball screen. Early on, they like to go inside, but eventually, it's that high 5 outside, just like this. Turn and make a decision.
Jumper for 3. Nope. Rebound Otule.
He's the pick and pop guy. Kaji.
Larkin goes around behind. He's got the freedom to do that, to try and make the steal. And how about the block?
Woo! Pretty high level. Some good decisions, but empty trips.
Trey McKinney-Jones with a rebound, and here is Shane Larkin again, picked up by Cadogan.
Nice.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
And a great back screen. Got Kaji right to the tin.
Into the corner, Cadogan. Return pass. Jumper, Lockett, and he gets it. He's not been shooting that well. That's a key for Marquette. Trey Lockett, who played 3 years at Arizona State, is a graduate and exercised that NCAA allowance to pursue a graduate degree in a discipline that is not offered at Arizona State.
And there's that ball screen, too, where Luckett's one of those guys. They let him play through it because he has such great work habits, such a great competitor.
Vanderblue, jumper. Nope. Rebound, Miami. And again, it's Trey McKinney-Jones with the board.
How do you handle? Illinois walled it a little bit. They're going to run everything they can in a ball screen. And anytime you get motion up front, off the dribble, well, he can do some things, can he?
Kenny Kaji, who spent 2 years at Florida, transferred, sat out a year, now a senior. Back outside for Marquette. Vanderblue goes baseline, up and under, short. Rebound grabbed by the Golden Eagles and saved by Vanderblue. Juan Anderson puts it on the deck.
Wow, nice look, nice conversion as well. Well, they love to get into the 3-second area, either with a pass or a dribble. And the more they do it, the more effective they are. They're not known as a deep shooting team, so you've got to really contain your guy off the bounce.
You're being very kind, I think, when you say they're not a deep shooting team.
Well, it sounds like I'm related to them, huh?
30% from 3 for the year as a team. They don't have a single player, Marquette, who's hitting more than 40% for the year. Underneath, loose ball. Here come the Golden Eagles. We're tied at 4. Blue. Baseline driver is left-handed layup. Won the first game. That one short by Anderson. Chased down and saved by Kenny Kaji.
Always waiting for the ball. They run a double now. One rolls to the rim. The other pops. Kaji's the popper.
Right. Now Larkin back outside. Only a sophomore.
And look at the help. Well, there's the wall and the recovery.
For 3.
Good pass.
Nope. Tipped into the hands of Vanderblue. Loose ball stolen. Picked up by Miami. Over and back.
The ability to get free in the half court. They love to go inside early. Back screen and the ability to finish at the rim. Send it in, big fella. Kenny on the money.
Well, this is the first time 3 schools from the state of Florida have ever made the Sweet 16 in the second straight tournament without an overtime game in the first through the third rounds. And we have been informed that Florida Gulf Coast University prefers to be identified by its letters, FGCU. It's not easy to pronounce as an acronym.
And I think stopping the penetration for Jim Larinaga has been a difficult task. They have not finished at the rim, Marquette, but they've had ample opportunities. Gardner in for Otule.
And Jamil Wilson is also on the floor. Off the bench, they play more minutes than a couple of the starters. This is Devontae Gardner. He has a large frame.
Well, you're being kind. He loads up as well. Really terrific understanding of where to go with the ball.
There's the double as
Nice
Gardner
job.
goes up. And we'll have a free throw forthcoming. These 2 broke girls have no money, no mercy, and no shame. Monday at 9, 8 Central only. CBS.
And you were mentioning Luckett struggling with his shooting, but he knows the game. Always gets himself available in good position. And that bailout pass by the big fella on the money.
Foul was on Gamble. Now Larinaga going to go to his bench and send 3 fresh bodies on. And Derek Wilson comes on for Buzz Wilson's Williams Marquette team. Lockett shoots one more.
Ryan Brown in. Akpajuri, who's very active on the glass, very helpful now, particularly at the big guy, Reggie Johnson.
Successful trip for Lockett. So here's Larkin. A little bit of pressure applied by Derek Wilson, the sophomore.
What makes this kid tough, he handles and can go both ways. Solid, head up.
Durant Scott.
Nice anticipation.
Nice steal. Vander Blue.
Blue on blue. Boy, is that scouting, the preparation, the read, just short-cutting. Excellent maneuver defensively.
6 unanswered for Marquette.
So they compete. You got to meet this competition. Nice trap. They read, sideline, anticipate beautifully.
Here's Larkin. Switch.
Got to get it out of there.
Durant Scott drives it.
Nice
and it's
job.
blocked.
And off of him. Just a terrific read. Stepping in the passing lane. Talk about this kid's improvement. It's utterly amazing what he's been able to do. Always could drive it, finish. Now he's got a game. Terrific face-up shooter. Boy, athletic at the 10. Woo.
Wilson, Cadogan, Gardner, Vander Blue, and Jamil Wilson. That's off the head.
And right in the right spot again. Luckett.
Front rim. Right into the hands of Cadogan.
Anything for free, these kids.
Here's Gardner, number 54. What did you count? Marquette had 68 substitutions in a recent game.
Ian Eagles, one of our guys. I think they lost count with minutes to go at 68. So they just get their hands on everything. Very active in position.
That one tipped last by Miami after a conversation with 2 of the officials. 8-4, Marquette has scored the last 6. Cadogan will be guarded by Larkin, but not very closely.
Say a pretty good strength, too, out there, particularly with Gardner, keeping him in abeyance.
Wilson, no. Here comes Larkin.
Keeping him out of the lane is key. He can make those.
Not that one. Rebound, up and under, no. Saved by Marquette.
Gardner gets to the rim and then begs beautifully. They got him.
Devontae Gardner, double comes almost. He goes baseline.
How about that?
Oh, my!
A little drop step by the big fella. That derriere comes in handy. Right around the rim. He just controls. Great feel for the opponent.
Margin is 6 for Marquette.
You should have such quick feet, by the way. He's just amazing for that size. Like a great offensive lineman when you think of it. Ooh, off the bounce. You like to see that. When they step in off of penetration, they're much more effective. Ryan Brown, one of those deep shooters that Miami has.
Vander Blue on the dribble, takes it, puts it off the glass, and cans it.
Wow, tough. Force guys hit the shots like that. A little help from above and a kiss.
10 unanswered. Vander Blue telling us yesterday that he spent the summer watching DVDs of Russell Westbrook and Dwayne Wade.
Well, you could learn from that.
Yeah, I think so.
You get in trouble the ones you watch.
Now, don't do
Nice pass, and very available, too. Akpajuri.
Whoops, wild shot.
Yeah, you see where they miss Reggie Johnson. Don't have the option. Curie, not the kind of a guy that can do, not a good foul here.
Nope.
Boy, they're off their game right now. Jim Lyron, they get a little upset, doesn't understand them, but Devontae, the palais, the pirouette, the soft. delivery. He is a load to control. Put that on you, you're in trouble.
Welcome back to Washington, D.C., where Marquette leads Miami 12-8. And as Marquette coach Buzz Williams was just talking to his team during this timeout, he shouted the usual X's and O's, but he also just yelled a color at them. Buzz Williams, in fact, has 7 different colors. He's even got a fuchsia, and each one represents a different defense he wants on ball screens. During each timeout, he's going to rotate colors and defenses on ball screens. And his theory, guys, is that good players will get used to anything. So you have to change it up on them constantly. Look for that throughout the game.
And we will, Rachel. Thank you. Missed free throw by Cadogan.
He's amazing. What if you're colorblind? You probably can't play for him, right? Rachel's right on top of it. That's true. He's going to do anything he can to keep Larkin in abeyance. Don't let him turn the corner where it's a wall, a trap, an ice. All of those colors signify one of those defensive maneuvers.
Well, between Buzz Williams and Jim Larinaga, as many as any two coaches you'll find coaching against each other, they are statistically oriented. They just love. Whoa, that's off of
Tough shot.
the foot. Yep.
Little nickel dimer. Another one on Larkin. That's the second one. Ooh, they need him on the floor. What you're saying is you don't want to be around them at 11 o'clock at night with all the stats, right?
I'd rather be around you.
They work for these guys. And, Jim Larinaga talked to his kids about where they were on turnovers and how they valued the ball and their defensive field goal numbers, and said, hey, you think we're better than we are, and that's how they developed a scheme for these kids. They bought in, and what a job. A lot of people didn't think it could be done at Miami. He certainly has done it.
Larkin takes a seat with his second foul. Steve Taylor Jr. is on the floor now, number 25 for Marquette.
Yeah, he's very active on the glass.
Look at Gardner trying to establish that low post presence.
Tough to keep him out. They got the steps.
Traveling.
A little case of nerves, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve Taylor Jr. Putting on early on some of the shot selection, particularly by Blue. Not customary.
Now Durant Scott, he was more naturally a point guard than he is the off guard. Moves into that spot with Larkin on the bench for the second foul. Durant Scott out of the Bronx, Rice High School, which is now closed from the corner. McKinney Jones, and foul is called.
Now, we talked about their ability to defend anything. They challenge every shot. They stick people on rebounds, get runouts because of their defense, and, of course, sensational in the open floor with that type of delivery. But always alert, always aware, great weak side analysis. Always sniffing when the ball's opposite.
And here is Julian Gamble at the line.
Struggles a little bit from the line. Low post kind of a guy, likes to come over the right shoulder with his left hook.
And Jim Larinaga is going to put his All-American point guard back on the floor, Shane Larkin. Let him play with the two fouls. Risky?
Well, it is, and if I'm Marquette now, I wouldn't just isolate him, but if I got a chance, I'm going to dribble drive and see if we can get around him. Number 3, they're an entirely different team if Larkin's not dominating.
Screen set by Gardner.
Well, give it to him.
He's got it.
Look at the footwork by the big guy. Nice hands. Gamble in the right spot. Julian, terrific defender. Getting his masters. This is an old team. We might be able to play for Miami, The average age is 23.
Yeah.
They weren't in the Normandy invasion, but they've been around some of these kids.
Yes, they have. Ryan Brown is back on now, number 15.
And some of the reasons are injury.
Well, Gamble, for example, had a couple of years medical red shirt. Didn't play 1 year. A senior out of Durham, North Carolina. He's number 45. Kaji is a transfer from Florida, as we mentioned. He sets the screen now for Larkin.
You see the rotation, but you're going to gamble. You leave it open. You got to make those. They're giving you the opportunity. Now with a real clean look. Look at this kid get to the rim.
Vander Blue.
Wow. Adam Madison, what a coup when they got him.
He's got 6. Marquette has 14. Miami only 5.
Here comes the run out. As they run that fade. Look at the trap. String it out. Nice play. And the occupying underneath. Really a nice play by Gamble to hold off a little bit.
And Kenny Kaji takes it to the rim, puts it in. He's got 6 points.
You got to make him pay for that trap. When they double one, search and find.
Wilson. Yes!
Oh, boy, he's making some big jumpers. Davidson game able to step up. Expanding his game. Very talented guy. It's around 5 rebounds a game. Guards. Same play.
Larkin jumper. That's for 3.
He does a great job crossing over. He refuses ball screens. He splits them, turns the corner and explodes. That's more like him.
Here's Vander Blue again. This one. Oh, yes!
Wow. What did you say? He hadn't played well lately? Larkin to the 10 with alacrity.
That looks like a guy with a graduate degree.
Well, nobody put a body on him.
Lockett, a flyer for the dunk. And it's 19-10 Marquette.
They're poised right now. You need these combo guards to make good decisions and the wings to make shots.
Jumper Kaji. I saw him make 8 in a row yesterday at practice. He can hit that three-pointer.
He
yes.
sure can. He's a dangerous guy.
Wilson.
Right him.
Did we say something about they can't hit from beyond the arc?
I don't know who gave us that advice. They're playing well. They're on a roll. A lot of confidence in this team right now. It stems from their defense, their activity around the glass. Great read, and wow, the elevation, the hammer.
Marquette with a 12-point edge, and they have the statistical lead in every category on the board. Field goals, three-point field goals, and rebounds. And they have, is the pace of the game what they want?
Very conducive to their game. They're very aggressive. They really get after you. They're going to extend the floor. When they sort of sense that they're in better shape or their activity is more involved, they just step it up. They just keep coming at you. And energy is a big thing for Miami. Now, you've got to match it.
Well, a bit of pressure applied by Marquette. Larkin inbounds it to Tonye Jakiri, who is off the bench. And a reminder that over on PBS, Arizona and Ohio State getting underway.
Yep. Yes! Nice press screen. That's one of their favorite plays. Marquette's usually very astute at sniffing those things out. That was pretty basketball. Tough to get weak side help, too.
Ryan Brown at the end of the alley-oop pass. 7:19 to go first half. And a 10-point deficit for the second-seeded Hurricanes from Miami.
Oh, boy.
Boy, oh, boy.
What a job. Tule just loaded up in that lane. They just baked beautifully.
Tule is another one of those who his career has been really hampered by injuries. He's only played one full season until this year. Missed all or parts of 3 others.
Nice job on their rotation that time, Marquette.
Larkin looks inside.
Taylor doing a great job. 3-quarter, the 9. That 8.
5 on the shot clock. Kaji passes on the 3, the drive and the dish, and then a shot clock violation as Tonye Jakiri missed it from point-blank range.
Buzz is alert, so's his team. They are really doing a heck of a job at the brush screen at the foul line. One of the few breakdowns by Marquette. Pretty look and a terrific finish.
(24-12) Marquette. It's called March Madness. There's some guys who can crash it. Wichita State ousted Gonzaga, your alma mater, LaSalle. First regional final since Tom Gola played. And FGCU, the first 15 seed to advance to the Sweet 16.
There's 55. Bill Russell beat LaSalle in the final. They won the year before. Once again, going inside. Not a good release here.
Nope.
They're too late. This team has to show their poise now. You know, ACC regular season and tournament champs. And they've been through the mill.
And they have conquered some pretty good teams. They're the only team since the ACC started to defeat both Duke and North Carolina by 25 or more points in the same season.
Nice entry. They've been a little baseline rubs. Nice kick.
Now he's got to hit it, as you said,
Yeah,
and he does not.
Well, that's big for them. Their wing guys have to drill that jumper. Brown that time.
Ryan Brown, who had 21 in the last game in the tournament. Another miss. They're 5 of 19 from the field now. Is Miami. Jumper? No.
Yes.
Nope.
I thought it was bouncing around, but that's what they have to do. Be aggressive. You got to go after this team. Match their energy.
Spin, Duran Scott, and he's fouled. Well, let me put my golf voice on
Let me hear it.
Masters Live streams exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16 and featured group. For more, go to cbssports.com/masters and masters.com.
You have a very good. You've done that before. You have a beautiful spot down there on 16.
It's not a bad place to spend a week.
No, exciting.
Free throw is good for Duran Scott. Ryan Brown is going to lead. So is Jakiri. (24-13). Kind of chunked off the back rim, but it does go through. Larkin still on with 2 fouls. 5:15 to go in the first half. It has been dominated by this Marquette team.
Now this is their tough defensive team. They just got to crank it up a little bit. Larkin's got to be careful though.
Yes. He's on Cadogan. Lockett.
This is a good defensive set right now. Tough shot.
Off the glass, Larkin is there to grab it.
A great check out on Luckett, too.
From the corner, Ryan Brown still can't get it to fall. He hit 5 of 10 from three-point range in the win over Illinois. Nothing falling for him today.
Now, this is where you reach back at this end to make up for it, though. Be solid. Lockett, one of those guys that'll back you down in power. Go too deep. Another.
Wilson. Nope. Here comes Duran Scott. Picked up by Cadogan. Scott all the way off balance. The ball is tipped. He goes up. Misses again.
Bring it out.
How about that? And he misses again.
Should have kicked it out. Too many bigs.
Blue. We near the 4-minute mark.
Jump out. Well, not a good one. The activity here, we mentioned a weak side pressure exhibited by Marquette. They have a great feel and understanding. Get there, help their partner. A lot of trust in his defensive scheme.
5 of 24 from the field for the Hurricanes.
I'd be tempted to get Larkin out, by the way. As soon as you can. Only 10 down. Too valuable.
He almost had the block. Yep.
They're amazing how they come up with that.
Cadogan.
The other way.
Offense. 3:31 to go. 24-14. Thank you, Greg. Wichita State LaSalle in the second game on TBS, and the winners advance for Saturday's regional final in Los Angeles. Last time we saw Wichita State, Bill, or in the tournament, was here 7 years ago when George Mason, under head coach Jim Larinaga, knocked them off. And then in the regional final, one of the great upsets in tournament history as George Mason knocked off the top-seeded UConn and went to the Final Four.
That little shot of Jimmy, of course, Lamar Butler was here yesterday. Tony Skinn, two of the kids from that team. What a weekend in Washington for that guy and his team. Sensational.
Here's Larkin on the floor with 2 fouls. He picked them up early. And Larinaga rolling the dice. His team 5 of 24 from the field. Duran Scott is 0 for 5. Here's Larkin.
A little more hesitant to turn the corner.
Kaji for 3.
Wow.
And it won't go. They're 1 of 11 from three-point range now.
Look at that. 2 dark shirts right after the basketball is up for grabs. That's their game.
Under 3, Vander Blue.
Marcus got to be careful, even if it means a basket.
Baseline drive, no. Rebound, yes. Put back, good. Otule.
In the right spot, and they carve such area, the two bigs. Garner, another guy. Legally, just present themselves. Get to that rim.
How do you account for the poor shooting? Is it nerves?
No, it might be. I mean, they're not themselves. No quite. All the tape I watched, the Carolina game in the finals of the ACC. This is a poised team, just a little bit rattled, but only 12 despite a real good start. Wow,
Another miss.
Step back.
And a missed rebound opportunity for Kaji.
McKinney Jones is a pretty darn good three-point shooter, squared up. They're making him put it on the deck.
In the hands of Derek Wilson, the sophomore, number 12. 1:50 to go in the first half. Nice find underneath. Lockett, no. Good defensive play. Durand.
Wow, how did he get there?
Missed it again. He's 0 for 6. Back to McKinney Jones.
See how they run him off the spot? They are not going to let him get organized. He's stepping in for that tray.
McKinney Jones, he's from Milwaukee and ironically was offered a track scholarship by Marquette. He went to UKMC for 2 years, sat out a year and transferred down to Miami. Finally, a basket. It's a 10-point margin.
These refs have really done a nice job, I think. A play on there. Just solid. Quick timeout by Buzz. And he stayed on the sideline.
Despite the difficulties in scoring, they're only down 10. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg, Doug, Kenny, and Charles will take you out for a live look at Arizona versus Ohio State on TBS, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
I mentioned the foul situation. What confidence and what poise by Shane not to get involved in any situation where he's going to get 3.
Larkin has played, I don't know, almost 15 minutes of this half with 2 fouls.
Testament to his knowledge of the game, staying out of traffic, staying away from tough situations. That's his play. He loves that little turnaround step back.
And the foul is called on Trey McKinney-Jones. Tuesday on CBS, LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell star in the hit drama NCIS Los Angeles. That's Tuesday at 9, 8 Central, only CBS.
Shaqiri and Akbajuri, they're guys that I guess they're going to have to give him something.
Well, at the line, these Marquette Golden Eagles, this is the first, are wearing 2 patches this year. One of them in commemoration of Al McGuire, who died in 2001, and the other, R.M., Rick Majerus, their longtime coach, who passed away in December, and whose memorial service was held on campus at Marquette.
Both guys, good friends of mine. I went to speak at Al's banquet, and Rick picked me up the first time I met him in '76. I called my wife 2 days later, said, I don't know where I am. I've been kidnapped. I had such a good time with the two of them.
Oh, dear.
Nice kick, and that's their game.
Jumper, nope.
Again,
can't get it.
Force him to put it on the deck. They're running him off the line. Heady play, great preparation.
11-point margin for Marquette. Final 23 seconds of the first half. And they will play for the last shot.
Late run out. Most clubs have that. You got to contain or help. And then stay at home on the corner shooters. And, of course, the rebound, too. With a guy like Gardner. Tough shot.
Fade away. Got it.
Wow. That's the difference in his game. He now has a mid-range and can step out as well. He's attacked the 10. Not bad, huh, Vern?
And worth another look.
A lot of hard work to get this down. Said he spent all summer developing that game. And Buzz, a little body English.
It is the lowest scoring first half of the year for Miami. Let's go to Rachel Nichols.
Well, here with Buzz Williams, and you told me you'd be sweating through this game, and you certainly are, but you got to like the way your team is playing.
We're just trying to hold on. Miami is really, really good. Really good.
And they missing so many shots because of the way you guys are defending them? What are you doing out there to make them?
I don't know. They're really good players. They'll make them in the second half. We did a good job contesting shots. I thought our rotation was really good. They had 6 offensive rebounds there in a 3 or 4 minute stretch. We've got to get every 50-50 ball.
Excellent. We'll get you a towel at halftime. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Marquette 29, Miami 16. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after this message and this word from your local station. Somewhat amazingly, Marquette 29-16. I say amazing, Bill, only because this Miami team has been a good shooting team until tonight.
They are struggling. I think it's a case of nerves, quite frankly. They're not pacing themselves properly. They're not screening well, not reacting to loose balls. And defensively, Marquette is a great part of the reason. The ability to shoot the gap, here the anticipation, great rotation in the back, play the center spot, then play the forward, rotate down. But how about this elevation at the end? He has been solid. 11-1. We might do that early in the morning, not late at night, but pretty impressive. And how about his ability to convert around the rim, and he had that pull-up jumper. He's expanded his game. Solid performer.
And let's take a look at the first half stats presented by Coke Zero. 12 of 27 versus 6 of 9. 1 of 11. They've been out-rebounded, and they have been outscored in the paint. That is one of the stats that Buzz Williams pays so much attention to. Let's go to Rachel Nichols.
Well, Coach, you guys shooting 21%, 1 for 11 behind the three-point line. What do you got to do to get those shots to fall in the second half?
Yeah, we just didn't play very well at either end of the floor. Our guys got discouraged when their shots didn't fall. We just got to play much harder, much smarter, and better together. We got to start executing the things we planned on doing. We haven't done that all game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Larkin's attempted three means that Miami is now 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. It's Cadogan, Blue, Otule, and Lockett, along with Juan Anderson. This is the starting 5 on the floor for Marquette.
Now, this is the end that Jim Larrañaga knows can set the tempo. Uptick a little bit, be aggressive, and match that ability to come up with loose stuff by Marquette.
Entry pass.
Too low.
Yes, it was down near the knees. And Otule misses, but another rebound and a foul. For a closer look at this Miami team, a bunch that is tight on the court and loose off of it. Get Team Stream from Bleacher Report. Well, they're tight on the court tonight, this Miami team. Otule goes to the line. This 13-point deficit at the half equals the largest deficit Miami has faced this season. That was at Wake Forest, and they lost 80-65. That ended a 14-game winning streak for the Hurricanes.
And the big fella making free throws here, too. Impressive. You mentioned how you've been nicked, tough throughout his career, but a forceful guy. Sets the tone physically, I think. And then the 6th man of the year, Devontae Gardner comes in.
And then they chase down the loose ball. That one's on the line. Cadogan had his foot across the line.
Yeah, this is where you look.
Buzz Williams says, "Are you sure?"
Buzz does a little bit of officiating. He's been good, though. He hasn't been out near half court.
Oh, my gosh. How can you call that?
Bemoaning the fact.
Gamble has yet to score.
A nice defense here
Larkin has only 2. Nice screen. Larkin put back, no good. Gamble fights for it, and a foul is called on Otule.
Yeah, that's a different personality right now. Aggressive attack at the rim, and then the follow. Well, he wears it all out there, doesn't he?
Well, he's from Van Alstyne, Texas, about 48 miles north of Dallas. And he enrolled in Navarro Community College in Corsicana, about 60 miles south of Dallas.
A little 2-3 zone right now. Foul line, a little flash. He is to rebound.
Oh, my goodness.
Got away with it.
Yes, he did.
He loves to come over that left shoulder now.
Back outside. Nice one touch by Larkin. Finally.
Big.
Finally.
And he can drill him. You mentioned the consistency yesterday at the shoot-around. Kaji, one of those talented pick-and-pop guys.
Here's Vanderblue.
Not bad.
Around the rim and in.
Once you cave the defense, heads turn, spin, just make yourself available, big fella.
Cadogan picks up Larkin. Larkin with 2 fouls. Kaji with that free throw. That's only the three-pointer. Only the second made today.
Boy, they strung him out with 2 guys. A little small change by Anderson.
Only 3 team fouls in the first half for Marquette. That's 2 in this second half.
Well, they play aggressively. No question about it. Not a bad sub here when you think of it. Huh?
Well, Jamil Wilson, this is not an unusual sub at all because he gets more minutes than does Juan Anderson. So Wilson, number 0, off the bench. Here's Gamble. Duran Scott yet to score. Still yet to score.
A tough shot, too, going away from your dominant hand and trying to balance yourself and deliver.
Score normally for Scott is 13 per game. He's 0 for 7 in this one.
Nice match here for Wilson. He can elevate over.
And he uses all of the rim, but it falls through, and it's a 15-point deficit.
A little mismatch on that particular trip, and a great read by Marquette. See how they just string it out and then recover? Larkin normally is able to penetrate, unable. Wow. Wow. He's getting us how to play. And mix up the 3 with the ability to put it on the deck and get to the rim. They look different right now, man. They're a little hungrier. Maybe some suggestions at halftime. Voiced strongly. Nice series of pins.
Cadogan.
Yeah, nice lock, boy. You got to lock and ride him. You just can't. Cadogan's got a nice little middle game.
Back to a 15-point margin.
Nice
Oh,
play.
my goodness.
Nice play defensively. That far out, you can go under Vern on Larkin. He's not going to jack one on that deep, but the inability to convert has been the detriment of Miami. They just unable to get open looks, and when they do get them, not converting, even around the rim. Some activity, and they need more persistence, I think, get into the game.
Traveled.
And that's a nice job there. Scott, real aggressive. And Buzz voicing his displeasure. He must lose about 5 pounds a game, don't you think?
Well, and he loses half the strength in his voice. He starts out slightly hoarse.
Are you suggesting that should happen to me?
Never.
No, he does emote, no question about it.
Never played the game. Always a student of the game.
One of the few times he's been able to explode. He can go either way. Very tough at the rim, too. Those nice little handle by Dirk Wilson.
Yes. Up and under. Yes. Lock it.
Boy, you're doing well when you get a bailout on a cut. That's just Lockett doing the right thing.
Lockett has 8. For the season, he averages only 7.
Look at this preparation. Big showing, recovering. Guards unable to get. They're going to do more screening than using the ball screen. I get away from it.
Kaji. Tip by Gamble, no. Jameer Wilson with a rebound. Marquette, no numbers here. Derek Wilson into the lane.
Pretty solid, makes pretty good decisions. Doesn't turn it over. Made a couple of, how about this kid? Wow, what a presence he has been come tournament time.
I forget, was it you or was it me who said they can't shoot from beyond the arc?
I think it was both of us. Well, I'll go down with you. Jamil Wilson can drill it, though. Wow. Woo! Able to convert big time.
Well, these great images of tonight's game are brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. That was just at the end of the half. Vanderblue and Jameer Wilson have helped lead the way offensively for Marquette. Check this out. Over the course of the season, Miami has given up only 39%, 39.6% from the field per game. Tonight, Marquette is hitting 51.5%.
Yeah, they've been efficient, cutting well, making good decisions. And right now, fight your way back in. Not a bad move here. Look at the help and the great cut.
And Larkin is fouled.
Shane Larkin with a terrific dive to the rim.
14:31 to go. This is the under-16 media timeout. All right, Greg, as you can see from the scoreboard high above the court here, they haven't updated the score. They've got 36-31. That just proves the value of having Greg Gumbel in the studio. We know what's going on.
It's a great time of year to hear that voice.
Shane Larkin at the line. Been a tough night for him. All the Miami fans, they're trailing 41-23. He is shooting 2.
Because he has to step up. But when you think about Brown, Jones, and Scott really struggling, 1 for 17, that's tough.
Well, it's a long night for his parents, too. On the left, his mom, Lisa. On the right, Hall of Famer Barry Larkin, 19-year career with the Reds. Went into the Hall of Fame in 2012. Said one of the toughest times of his life was when his son Shane, at the age of 7, said, "Dad, I don't want to play baseball."
It turned out pretty good for him, though.
Yeah.
And what was the story? I guess, wasn't it Tony Perez taught him the leg kick?
Yeah.
And the Little League coach didn't like it.
Right. Yes. And he said, "I don't know who's teaching you how to hit, but he doesn't know what he's doing." And Shane said, "I think I'm going to play basketball."
Oh, look at this nice rotation.
Look at the steal. Got it.
That's what they need. A little juice. And right now, not being available has hurt Marquette. A lot of numbers down here.
Cadogan.
It's contagious sometimes.
Lockett.
Got to get it over.
He does. Into Lockett's hands, into the corner. Devontae Gardner. Nice find. But good defense by Duran Scott, who just got his first field goal of the night.
Now, he's a talented kid. They just really didn't come out relaxed. Didn't find a comfort zone. It was back cut in the 1-4 set. Double ball screen. Nice.
Beautiful.
And the big fella didn't even have to lock his guy. Wilson has just been so good. Efficient, rebounding, making plays. Whew.
Larkin. There was Wilson ready to take the charge.
And this is going to step in where they're much better. That's their game. Drive, draw, and kick. And Jones, one of those guys, when he's organized, can deliver big time.
Well, in the ACC championship game in the tournament, he had 6 threes. That's his first tonight, but at the other end, Cadogan.
What a pretty good read. He knew he had size, with Larkin being the only one to deter back there.
Margin is 15. Marquette and Miami. Sweet 16. The winner gets either Indiana or Syracuse here on Saturday afternoon.
A good recovery here on a guy who can step out and shoot it. Kaji with a slip, and they got him.
Ryan Brown back to Kaji. There's Gardner, defensive presence.
Wow, he got away with the little belly bump. Whew. They'd call that in the Tavern League. Not that I would know anything about it.
No, of course you wouldn't. 45-30.
Well, they have really been active on both ends of the floor, Marquette. Ball screen, big guy gets to the rim. He's got inside position. They are solid. And once again, with the ability to convert, stepping up his game.
Vanderblue has been the Marquette hero in the first two games, which they won by a total of 3 points. And those were over Davidson and Butler, and they have manhandled Miami so far tonight.
Did you see Gardner's foot speed to cover the little guy?
And he comes over to help then.
Unbelievable.
Now he's struggling as he tries to get, I got to tell you, that was not the sprint that we...
Well, you know, you can't call a cab in the middle of the game.
He wants out.
He's asking around. Buzz just looked the other way.
Yes. He was looking over at Buzz and saying, help. Now he's got it.
That was a tired delivery, too.
It sure was.
He's doing the Wilt trot now, too. He wasn't going to get back down.
Devontae Gardner just said, oh, my gosh, timeout.
Bert, I'm not suggesting this would be hard for you, but when you've got a little extra cargo on you, you have to show big, and this is effort. Watch him string this out. It's almost a three-man, and then he rotates back, gets involved on the defensive end at the end of this particular play. Just solid contribution. He was exhausted, gets a little bit of a blow. And Uchule on the floor for him. What a terrific effort by the big guy.
There's the entry pass. O'Toole has perfect position.
He really does. I mean, he's one of the best, I think, in the country at locking his guy and holding on and begging big time.
And so the margin is 19 with 10:55 to go. Marquette in the Sweet 16 for the third consecutive year. They lost to Florida in this round last year, to North Carolina in 2011.
Now, this is the shot. Tough delivery, but that's what they do. Larkin gets in, creates havoc, gets a paint touch, and kicks. Tough shot. Tough shot.
Off the side rim.
And Wilson right out. Attention to detail, this Marquette team. Nice cross.
Vanderblue, there's the switch. Gamble's out on him. Now Larkin picks him up. Cadogan says, let me have it.
And they don't have to be in a hurry either. To get something good early, fine.
Blue.
Pretty.
Floater good.
Boy, his handle, efficient, decision-making extraordinary. And once again, getting into the 3-second lane easily.
Marquette is 10 of 12 from the field in this half. 4 of those have been layups. Larkin off the glass and good. That's Durant. Scotty then goes for the steal, but Cadogan has it. Cadogan, Jameer Wilson, Vanderblue, O'Toole, and Trent Lockett on the floor for the Golden Eagles of Marquette.
Vern, that's a sample of what Larkin can do if he's permitted to get in that lane.
Blue, double team. Nope. Tip from Lockett doesn't go. 3-on-3. Here's Durant Scott. And net. Gamble. And he'll shoot one.
And that's what they have to do. Be more aggressive. Get yourself down the floor.
The NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues this Saturday on ESPN with regional semifinal action as Delaware battles Kentucky. Coverage begins at noon Eastern. For more information on the Women's Championship, go to ncaa.com.
You know, looking at Buzz over there yesterday, he told both of us, guys know who's coming in for them. They sometimes sub for themselves, knowing their backcourt mate, in this case, Wilson comes in, give Cadogan a blow. Interesting philosophy, but it works.
Gamble with the free throw.
He gets great support from the bench. Guys are always ready to play and contribute. Little run and jump.
There's Devontae Gardner. Under 9 to go. And Marquette by 16. They had a 10-0 run in the first half. They were up by 13. There's a turnover.
Not a good look, but look at the hustle back.
Whoa, what a play.
How about that? The experience running the floor, the big guy. Oh, that is great by Gamble.
Well, how about Trey McKinney-Jones getting down there? We said he was a sprinter in high school. Timeout called Marquette. Watch this play.
A triple jump guy, but the ability of the big to get down the floor. Gamble delivering, rolling the dice.
Miami has cut the margin to 14. Don't miss out on NCAA tournament gear, including Sweet 16 shirts at the official store of the NCAA. Get your gear now at ncaa.com/shop.
They're starting to believe right now. Jimmy Larinaga, that last time out watching him, just exhorting them to get a little tougher on this end, get some run out, get some easy goals, and within hailing distance now. A few more stops. They're right in it. I love that whistle, too, by the way.
Yep. Jimmy Larinaga, 5th leading scorer in Providence history.
There's another one, a half-court trap.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
His history, a pretty good one.
Well, in 14 years here at George Mason, when he applied for the Miami job, they thought Frank Martin was going to get it to Kansas State, and it turned out that he wasn't the choice. Jim was visiting his son Jay in Erie, Pennsylvania, when he got a call from a friend who said, "You need to apply. Send your resume." He says, "I don't have one." 2 more? No. Yes. No. I'm sorry.
That was big by Gamble. And they get the small change foul.
Time is called. This is the under 8 media time. Marquette by 14, and they have the edge in every other category statistically. 51-37. Jim Larinaga, just to wrap that story up, was the coach at George Mason, and he decided to apply for the job at Miami, but he was visiting his son. They said, "Send a resume." He said, "I don't have one available." So they faxed his Wikipedia page, and that served as his application to Miami.
I think they knew about him, don't you? You get that feeling?
Oh, yeah.
What a great job. Of course, he lost his old pal, his high school coach, Jack Curran. He mentioned it's sad about Jack and his coach, Dave Gavitt.
Right.
Those are the 2 guys that had such an impact on his life. ACC Coach of the Year, what a job. And they are starting to pick it up a little bit. It always starts on this end. They can cough it up. Another run and jump situation. You will pay for it if you don't recover. Nice job.
Blocked by Gamble. Here comes Miami. They've scored the last 7. And it's taken by Gardner.
It's interesting. Once in a while, he doesn't even have to jump.
Vanderblue, 3-on-1.
Wow, how about that for a decision? Boy, they're in the right spot. Takes some talent to deliver as well.
And that kind of put the pin in the balloon. Had that 3 fallen, this Miami crowd would have gone crazy.
And you were just saying the numbers, the 3s, they've really stopped foul there. Pretty good blow by.
No basket.
Lockett just unable to control.
Kenny Kaji's coming back on the floor. Brian Brown will take his place.
And a short bench, too. And that's really been a problem for Jim, you know, without the big guy.
Reggie Johnson, who's back in Miami with knee injury.
Great denial here. Look at this switch. Look at the footwork. And they got to cover.
Oh, they did.
And Wilson did.
Yeah, Duran Scott did not make a good pass. So now the clock a real factor in this game with 6:42 to go.
Once again, in the right spots. Barnett is really good coaching. They get a couple, get him spotted correctly. Good decision. And one.
Larkin is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Follow the games anywhere you go with NCAA March Madness Live. Download the app for your iPhone, iPad, or select Android devices by visiting ncaa.com/March Madness. Larkin at the line, graduated from high school in Orlando where his mom and dad moved some time ago. He was recruited by George Mason and Jim Larinaga, but opted to not accept a scholarship when it was offered. It went to somebody else. He wound up at DePaul, but then he decided that he would rather be close to home. And when Larinaga became the coach at Miami, Shane Larkin called Jim Larinaga 3 days before school began and said, do you have a scholarship? And Jim said, if you can get released from DePaul. And I think Oliver Purnell, the coach there, understood.
Had to, yep.
And that's how Shane Larkin wound up at. Look at Gardner with a putback.
Well, that was a message by Wilson. He was going to have a resounding thud. And again, Gardner covered a lot of ground on the big fella.
Duran Scott out of the Bronx.
As mentioned, Larkin ends up first team All-ACC, MVP in the tournament, and again, the inability to make those threes.
Yep.
Nice
Offensive
steal.
board. Larkin's got the steal.
Got to keep this kid in front of you. And solid. Cadogan.
Ryan Brown. Whoa!
A little globy move.
And then an air ball on a short shot.
There you go.
McKinney Jones.
Ooh, good.
They just can't get him to fall from long range.
And he's stepping into that one. That's his baby.
3 of 18 from 3-point. Back to Wilson.
They don't have to be in a hurry. Under 10 now.
Nearing the 5-minute mark.
Nice cross. Don't leave the ball.
Cadogan misfires from short range. Here's Duran Scott. Spot up 3.
Welcome relief, and Randall was shaking his head.
4:50 to go. 15-point difference. Points in the paint.
How about the way they have dominated? It's been with the dribble, with the post-up, with the bag, with the delivery on the jump hook. Terrific recognition, and the big guy, Gardner, and as well Ojule, so solid. They are competitive, and making shots really freshens their approach.
Billy, Marquette with 9 layups and 3 dunks in this game. Just to underline your point. Your point.
My pint.
And a foul underneath on the shot.
There might be a hole in the floor there. Might have to repair it when he hits the deck. Good ball movement again. Wilson making good judgments. And that's how you attack pressure.
That's drawn the ire of Jim Larinaga, and a real look of concern now. Down by 15 with 4:45 to go.
Not a whole lot of areas to go for. He has not been in this position too often this year.
Trey McKinney-Jones back on the floor, number 4. Duran Scott will head to the bench. It's been a tough night for Duran Scott.
That it has. When you play Marquette, they're going to take it to you. I mean, you're not going to just get away with your little easy moves and be cool and chill. They're going to just get after you, get into you, just like this. Look at the backside recovery. And Gardner gets the puppies down there.
Here's Larkin. Floater. Yes.
He's got a nice spin out. Oh, not a good look here. What a save.
But how about that?
What a save by Jamil Wilson. I mean, that is big time. Almost getting a layup out of it. Now, this is one, the dying quail. Nobody going to pay for this. Hadji with the anticipation, but as UB Brown used to say, no layups. Make sure you get a piece. You don't want to wound them, but you want them to feel it.
Hard foul.
Yeah, good basketball play.
Gardner at the line.
Kid does a lot of good things. Gets that line, shoots them with confidence, 84%. How many big guys do that?
Exactly.
Ooh. And where you watch them practice, he can do what the little guys happen to do with foot speed and coverage and drills.
Gardner 4 for 4 at the line. He's got 12 points. He has been a real presence tonight. Ryan Brown for 3.
A little chuck and duck on that one. Look at the numbers again.
3-on-1. Larkin.
Should have lopped it, huh? And Blue once again. Larkin undersized, trying to protect.
Back to a 19-point margin. Largest lead of the game was 21. Devontae Gardner picks up the foul. It was a cheap one.
Plenty of time remaining in the second half. Back to Vern Lundquist with his side order of onions.
Well, Greg, here's what's on tap for us. Bill Raftery is a graduate of LaSalle, where he played basketball. We are going to head back to the hotel when the second game here is over, and we'll have an unsweetened iced tea and watch Wichita State and LaSalle.
And we'll have a little pepper in our step, too,
Yes,
as we get
will.
back there.
Larkin at the line.
You can almost see in that timeout, Vern, down, disenchanted.
Yep.
The Miami kids unaccustomed to being in this position. But the ability, nice hustle here.
Eric Swope with the putback, and now the full court press employed. That one is kicked.
But we talked earlier about the bench. I mean, you've got to meet their support. 26-7 Marquette's bench, also getting into the 3-second lane, either with the pass or the dribble, just decimating what has been considered an extraordinary defense for Miami.
Here's Jameer Wilson. Fires that pass to Cadogan.
Look at this. Are they in the right spot? Ooh.
Devontae Gardner with 2 more.
Boy, that takes a lot of energy to get that big fella up.
65-46. Brown off the mark again. They've been...
Yeah, they're giving fouls. That's what the complaint by Brown was earlier.
Wednesday on CBS, Ted Danson stars in a shocking new CSI. Wednesday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS.
Boy, some solid play by Blue all game long. But the way they guard makes it awfully. They're just giving, get into that shooting situation coming down the stretch. But the way they guard makes them a difficult out. Just complement one another, get in the right spot, rotate, great communication skills.
Now they'll back it out, work on the clock. As we go under the 3-minute mark in the Sweet 16. Last time Marquette got to the round of 8 was 2003. Tom Crean was their coach. They had a wonderful season then, wound up going to the Final Four with Tom Crean. That was 2003 out of Minneapolis. They thumped Kentucky in the regional final in that one.
I think Buzz is shocked that this is bad. You know,
Look at this. Look at Lockett.
They never stop. That's what makes them so great.
Right? And another reach-around foul, Durant Scott.
I think Buzz has to be a little bit surprised. He may be able to wear that shirt next day.
Well, the second game here, a couple of heavyweights, wouldn't you say?
I would.
Indiana and Syracuse meeting for the first time since they met in 1987 in the national championship game. Jim Boeheim and Tom Crean, the head coaches there. And at the line, Cadogan.
Jakiri in there now. I'm sure Reggie Johnson would have been a factor, but I don't know if it would have mattered the way Marquette is playing. You know, you like to have all your options if you're the Miami coach, but this is just in your head, attack your psyche, aggressive defense.
Derek Wilson's on now for Cadogan for the Golden Eagles of Marquette.
They continue to string it out, looks like Illinois did.
Add a foul underneath on Lockett. Well, let's take you back to 1987. Jim Boeheim, Bob Knight, the head coaches, and with 7 seconds left, Keith Smart, now the head coach of Sacramento. And he cans the jumper on the baseline.
Piece of history.
Yes.
He was facing where I was seated.
Yeah.
And at that time, I thought he was below the backboard. And as the years progressed and we saw it more, he had a perfect view. Howard Trish tried to come over and block it. There's Derek Coleman on that team.
Howard Trish's nephew, Brandon Trish, will be in the starting lineup for Indiana in the second game. And for Marquette, a round of 8 appearance for the first time in 10 years.
And one thing about Jim Boeheim, who was as unpleasant then as he is now. So
Yes.
the only thing that's changed, he's got a championship under his belt.
Well, he won that championship in 2003, as a matter of fact, when Marquette was in the Final Four in New Orleans.
Look at how they are prepared for the pressure. A couple of miscues to give away by what has to be a disappointed Scott. They're on Scott.
That's 4 on Scott.
Terrific defender, player of the year.
And the best season in Miami basketball history is going to end with disappointment, as they will get knocked out. This is a program that floundered for years. Second time in the Sweet 16, as we mentioned, the best player in Miami history. You got to go back to 1965 and a guy named Rick Barry.
I played against Rick. We used to play Miami every year. McCoy, Hickok, they had some really good team. Bruce Hale,
Who was Rick Barry's father-in-law
at the time.
Well, the first father-in-law.
And the Dinner Key Auditorium years later, I brought our Seton Hall team down. It was in total disarray. And to see what's happened under Jim Larrañaga is just mind-boggling. And their keepers, this program will be good for a long time with him at the helm.
Nice ball rotation. And from the corner, Trey McKinney-Jones gets another 3, but they've been too few tonight.
And by the way, I held Barry to 40, and then I fouled out.
And he went underhanded with the free throw.
He made every one of them, too.
Yeah.
You notice they just played both teams, too. No nonsense, no woofing.
Right.
Just getting after it. 5-second violation.
And another reminder, of course, the tournament's seen on 4 outlets initially. And a close game going on over on TBS right now between Arizona and Ohio State. This one is going to go in the books as a Marquette victory. This is a Miami program. Actually, they didn't have a basketball program from 71 to 86. There's a three from Duran Scott. I was talking to Joe Zagacki, who has been the play-by-play man in Miami for 23 years. They were cost-cutting in 1971, and it came down to a choice to keep their baseball program or their basketball program. And baseball won.
Well, I think Ron Frazier was the coach. A great program in those days.
Well, with 1:11 to go in this game, we've reached consensus here among us all, and we have advanced Marquette. And Miami's season is going to come to an end, and this Marquette team with the 3 seed knocks out a 2 seed. This is the only region, by the way, in which form held, and we had 1, 2, 3, and 4 getting to the Sweet 16. Jim Larinaga, 63 years of age, his wife Liz, 2 sons, one of whom is on Doc Rivers' staff at the Boston Celtics, right? Doc, of course, a graduate of Marquette. At home tonight with the Celtics hosting Atlanta tomorrow night, and I'm guessing that Doc is watching this one.
I'm sure he'd be very, very happy.
Nice, but way too little, way too late.
Well, it set the tone, them missing the shots early. Don't you think? Again, they were rushed and challenged and run off the three-point line, made to put it on the deck, came up short. So the defensive scheme had a lot to do with it. But they were not relaxed. For some reason, the tightness they exhibited has cost them dearly.
Cadogan goes to the line.
You think Al is smiling?
Oh, yeah. Al McGuire, of course, they won their national championship in 1977. A memorable scene of the late Al McGuire in tears at the end of the bench. And he announced his intention to retire. I know you were good friends. I had the thrill of working with Al as my partner in 1999 before somebody wised up to put you and me together.
Well, we should let other people judge that.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
But I know you worked with him. He loved the game. He loved the kids in the game. And they loved the city of Milwaukee and his university. We're awfully proud of what Tom Crean first did. And Buzz, unknown, unheralded, his work habits chronicled. Just an extraordinary leader for this program.
Scott fouls out. Really tough night. He's the Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC. Offensively this evening, 3 of 13 for 10 points. And he is a senior. This is a senior-laden Miami team. With Larkin coming back next year, we assume. And 1 scholarship freshman, Tonye Jakiri, on the roster.
How about this guy's game?
Oh,
really tough. A couple of assists, 7 rebounds, 15 or 16 points. Goodness. So Wilson, the real deal.
Larkin,
one of the few looks.
Yep.
And that's what he can do.
Timeout called by Miami at 71-59. Well, this Marquette team has dreams of a national title. Let's take you back to 77, the handshake with Dean Smith. North Carolina, Al McGuire, the layup. Allie, his son, one of the stars on that team. The tears from one of the most beloved figures, I think, in the history of basketball, the late Al McGuire.
No, I would agree. He's something special. We'll light up our own. We light it up when we leave. Some guy.
I know you always have something left in your holster. Final 26 seconds. There is a 5-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Well, terrible shooting in the first half by Miami. They scored only 16 points at the half and were down by 13. Played much better in this half, but they just could not get out of this huge hole. And given the score, that's a good no call.
You know, I just think with Blue handling the ball, he really compliments the guards, the way he can bounce and keep it alive.
That should do it. 1 second to go. And it's going to look good on the stat sheet, only a 10-point loss. But what a tough night it was for Larranaga and Miami, and what a wonderful game played by the Golden Eagles. The final score, Marquette 71, Miami 61. Turn to TBS now for Arizona, Ohio State. Coming up on CBS, Syracuse, Indiana. We'll send you to our studio after these messages.
Game. Meanwhile, just a short while ago, off their 10-point win, Rachel Nichols with some victorious Marquette Golden Eagles.
Here with Vanderblue, the victorious Sweet 16 winner. You haven't been able to say that in your 3 tries here, but now that you can, what does it feel like?
It's amazing, man. Just thinking about everything I've been through, everything our team's been through. It's just a God's gift. It goes back to what we did before the season started, just always believing in ourselves and just watching what everybody else does. Everybody says we wouldn't be any good. Everybody says this team wasn't any good, didn't have a leader. I wasn't any good. And we just keep going about it every single day. We can celebrate this now, but we want to win the next one.
Well, nobody is saying that anymore. And Coach Vander was talking about winning the next one. You've spent so much energy saying we've got to get over that Sweet 16 hump, and this your 3rd try. How do you then get them refocused on the Elite 8?
I thought the preparation by our guys, I thought their concentration, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, outstanding. We're thankful.
And as you go into that next game, you told me that this time you guys were not just excited to be there. How do you make sure you're not just excited to be there when you guys go on Saturday?
Just celebrate this one today and get back to work tomorrow. Start watching film on whoever wins this next game and start mentally getting prepared now, because everybody's good now. At this point of the year, it's just who wants it more. So we're going to come out with a lot of hunger and aggression like we did today, and that should be enough.
Well, you guys will face Syracuse or Indiana, so yes, everybody is good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Rachel, thank you.